All right. My name's Mookie from the Independent 88.5 FM here in Southern California. We've caught up with you recently. I wasn't at the station, man, but you came and played 3 songs acoustically off the new record Eldorado. Do you remember coming to Southern California, 88.5, hanging out with Andy?
Yeah, man. Yeah, of course.
Of course, this is Marcus King, and before that, we caught up with you at the Doheny Blues Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, which was so super fun, and unfortunately, I don't think they're doing that this year.
Oh, really.
Yeah, I mean, the festival business isn't doing that great, from what I understand.
I've heard the same.
Right. So you're doing well. New record's Eldorado. It's available right now. We've been playing, we played The Well on the air for a little bit, and then we just kind of picked a random track that we like off the record called Too Much Whiskey.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, and I feel like that has been sounding pretty good on the air as of late. I went to your website because I knew I'd be talking to you today, and there's a video posted up on there, and I'm looking at my notes just above the screen here. The song "One Day She's Mine" is a really cool concept of a video. First of all, who'd you link up with to do that? And for the uninitiated, can you tell everyone how it was shot more or less? Because it's cool.
Yeah, so this is a song off of Eldorado that I did with Dan Auerbach, and we wrote this one with Pat McLaughlin. Um, and the tune really lended itself. I felt like the nature of the song when I was listening to it. I kind of wanted to speak to the director, Joshua Schumacher. I wanted to talk to him about uh, kind of trying to take like a David Lynch approach. I'm a big David Lynch fan. Uh, and I wanted kind of a Black Lodge feel. So we shot everything in reverse, and we had a wonderful linguist come and show me how to sing the chorus backwards. It was a trip, man. But one day she's
That's
here.
that's like speaking in another language,
It was, man. It sounded like
It's
some
so weird.
crazy form of like Cantonese or something. It was wild.
So the video shot backwards, and the city streets that you're walking in the video, where was that shot at? I can't make it out. Is that Nashville or
Yeah,
something? Is
it's
it?
East Nashville, Tennessee,
And
and
did you have it? Did you? I'm sorry. What was that?
Broadway in Nashville, and also East Nashville.
I'm unfamiliar. In fact, where are you right now?
I'm at home in Nashville.
Are you? Yeah.
Yep. Didn't have to
And
travel far for that video.
how are you? Right. How are you doing? Just generally, how are you passing the time? Are you writing music? You reading books? You watching Netflix or something?
I think everybody started it off with Tiger King,
Sure.
so there was that, and then there was kind of the feeling of, like most musicians get after a couple weeks home. It's like I need to do something, so I just started writing a lot, and it's been really a good off time. I haven't really had much of that in the past few years.
Yeah. It's kind of a slower pace. Not for me. I have my wife and my 2-year-old in the next room, and we're all just all on top of each other 24/7. But I could do radio stuff from my bedroom
There you go.
right here. It's crazy, man. Um, you have been doing some internet stuff, which is great. And there was a Bill Withers tribute, right? There was a John Prine sort of tribute, and I think you did some live streaming for that. And today, as you know, I'm not sure when we're going to air this, but today is 420 as we tape it today.
Yeah, it is.
And I think you already did some radio station stuff via Zoom. Is that right?
I did, man. I did. I've been enjoying my 420 just like everybody else
Good,
is.
as you should.
Yeah. So I've had a few interviews today. I mean, it's been nice, man. Just at the house, it's nice to kind of get back in the swing of it. It's kind of like a press tour, but from my office.
Do you think? Yeah, it's cool, man. It took us a couple of weeks to figure out the technology side of things, but now we're doing artist interviews, from the comforts of our own homes,
Yeah,
candid interviews, and it's cool to see how these people live, like their living rooms and stuff
sure.
like that. It's a glimpse into their life, and also it's easier to do this than route a band to the radio station with all the gear for a live performance.
Yeah. I mean, I'm, I've had my fair share of radio interviews, and we used to lug a B3 into every radio station or a Rhodes piano. That was always real fun.
Yeah, I know. So And we've done a few of these already, and a lot of these artists that we've been talking to, like, just released a record. So, I'm thinking about, you take all this time to write and record and create a plan to promote and maybe plan a tour and everything like that, and everything gets scrapped. And now some of these artists are probably writing some new material,
Yeah.
and obviously I would say there's probably a lot to draw on right now as far as what's going on in the world. Can we expect another release pretty soon? Maybe a one-off or something from you, or you're just kind of writing and playing to pass the time?
It's funny how it all kind of timed out for me. Um, the plan was we got off our European run and on March 12th. We came home, and the plan was to work in April and then to take off until like the end of June to do a record. So I think with quarantine and with you know the guidelines that's been laid out by the CDC and the powers that be, I think it's gonna be a couple more months of writing before we get in the studio together. But it's gonna give us more opportunity to write and to do more pre-production and work on the tunes, the band and I. So I mean, you should be expecting a release from us, if not the end of this year, early next year.
Nice, man. Now I'm thinking of even more questions for you, man. Marcus King Band is the website. People could get the merch, the new record. There's a bundle with a sweatshirt, a really cool T-shirt as well. You can watch the new video, which we just talked about. What is the fam, and how could people be a part of the fam?
I think the fam is just kind of our quasi form of a fan club. It was really, we just want people to have, the first emails that go out about like deals. Like right now we have, I know for the month of April we were doing 10% going to Sweet Relief, trying to
Mm.
help, you know, musicians that are out of work right now. Everybody's struggling, Um, so people are getting the first notice about that. That's kind of what the fam is. Uh, yeah, like
Yeah.
a
So,
fan.
yeah, if big Marcus King fans out there, they could join the fan club. It is called the Fam. You could sign up through marcuskingband.com. I know I've asked you this before at Doheny Blues Fest, but man, we've been following Dan Arbach for a number of years. It seems like, honestly, man, everything he touches kind of turns to gold. And there is a signature sound almost, man, coming out of his studio. To be quite honest, you've heard the Yola stuff. He put out a Gibson Brothers record, which we liked a lot. Shannon Shaw from Shannon and the Clams. I know I'm spacing on tons more. But did you reach out to Dan because you wanted to work with him? Did you have mutual friends or something like that? Because I feel like you captured lightning in the bottle, man, for the solo record. So how did that partnership sort of come about?
Well, just ahead of me moving to Nashville, maybe a year prior, uh, Dan's team reached out and just said,
Mm.
Dan wants to get together and write some and just hang out and jam. To which I was like, I'll get on the next flight. I
Yeah.
was in, I was doing a gig in Phoenix at the time, and I was supposed to go home for a few days and then off to France. But I said, I'll just go to Nashville for a few days, and I came here and we really hit it off as buds and as writing partners. And we continued that friendship and that writing partnership for about another year. And when I moved to Nashville, the first session I went to a session at Kev Mo's house, and the
Oh,
next session was with Dan,
that's
and we
cool.
record.
That's incredible, man. Did you see the last Black Keys run? Any one of those shows?
Man, I just kept missing him. I was trying to catch a gig, but we were meant to go out together this summer along with Gary Clark Jr., but I think it's going to be postponed.
Yeah, I noticed there's a show down the line with Chris Stapleton probably, unless that got canceled. But
Yeah, we were meant to do about 8 or 9 gigs together this year,
mm,
uh, and I guess they're going to get moved around. But we'll see.
just the artists that you're talking about, going on tour with or collaborating with, it's exceptional, man. It's like you're talking about the top tier, of talent.
It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing to be able to work with some of my heroes and to work with people that I look up to so tremendously.
Yeah. Well, good for you. I I remember I saw you for the first time. It was probably early on when the first Marcus King Band record came out, probably
Sure.
in Los Angeles. I want to say it was at the El Rey, and you opened up for a local band, The Record Company, who's a great band who's won a couple of Grammys. And I probably told you this before last time I saw you, and I tell this on the air every now and again. You played first, and then you came down and kind of walked through the crowd, walked through the lobby, and the people who just saw the set were like staring at you, man, like you were a rock star, you know, like a celebrity, you know, because the set was so good and because of the guitar chops and all of that. And that was my first sort of experience, you know, seeing Marcus King Band. And I've been a fan ever since. And we've been playing your stuff on the air, you know, ever since. So,
Mm,
you know, hopefully, God willing, we'll be able to do it in person next time
yeah,
in LA.
I appreciate all y'all support, man. And that was a fun gig at the El Rey, and I'm just really blessed that you guys are giving us continued support.
My pleasure. Anything else to touch on before we kind of wrap it up here? Just wanted to do a quickie. Hey, how you doing? How you holding up? Type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we got the minute to chat. I guess I'll be putting out a live stream with live from out there this coming weekend. So keep an eye out for that.
Cool. I guess we figured out technology. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm a little behind, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Marcus King, appreciate it, and we'll catch up with you at a later date, God willing.
Cheers.
All right, my man. Take care.
Take care.